Mhm.
So, I'm really glad to be with you here today, and I really appreciate joining me. And today we'll be talking about how to build positive self-talk when you're tired, stressed, or maybe parenting solo. And I would like to start with a story that I've observed. A friend of mine, let's call it Mark, he's a single dad, work long shifts in very popular shop, no names, but he comes home late. He tries to take care of his kids. He still tries to stay on top of his health. He has a lot of duties, so to say, so a lot of responsibilities. However, one night we talk, and when he puts his kids to bed, he told me that kind of sentence. You know what, Brad? I promise myself I will work out. I will take care more of my healthy habits, so to say, eating healthier, working out more often, going out, for walks. But I'm too tired. I just have no energy. I keep saying I can't do this anymore. Now, let's get that straight. Mark is not lazy, he's not weak, he's just exhausted. He has really a lot on his plate because I know him and I see him every single day. Well, maybe not now, but in the past, when I was living beside him. But the thing that struck me with his sentence, with him saying this, it wasn't that the workouts, the walks, the things that he wanted to do defeat him. It wasn't this. For him, it was actually the story that he was telling himself. And I've practiced the same thing on myself, that for a few weeks, I was telling myself a story. Oh, I'm so tired. And I was telling that everyone around. Someone asked me, how are you? Oh, jeez, don't even start. I'm so tired and flat out. We have so crazy times at work, so crazy times in business, I just have no energy at all. And literally, when I was telling this, my body started to adjust to this kind of me telling this story. So, what's the story you are telling yourself on your worst days? Because that was, let's say, days when I was trying out how this worked, but also there were that were days where I didn't feel really good. I've had really a lot of my play on my plate on that time as well. But I was telling myself and everyone around that I'm tired, I'm exhausted. I can't do this. I can't go for a walk. I can't go to the gym. I can't do this or that. I just don't have energy for that. And like I say, it literally my body started to adjust to the story. So after a few weeks, I said to myself, okay, I see where is the problem. I'm not really exhausted. I'm just telling that kind of story. First, I wanted to try it out. Second, I was, well, telling this because I didn't want to everyone around thinking that I'm lazy or I'm not doing anything. But also, when you are feeling really drained in your body, when you have some sort of sleep deprived, stress in work, in family, in your life, maybe you like we mentioned before, carrying that parenting alone, your brain is going into that kind of energy saving mode. It doesn't look for the truth, but it looks for the shortcut. How to save that energy so maybe you can do something. And at this moment, you might hear this kind of saying in your head. Just skip. Ah, one time it doesn't matter. Or maybe at all it doesn't matter. Or maybe something like, give up. You never will keep up with this. Why even try? So, when was the last time you let fatigue whisper you this kind of statements to take that kind of shortcut? And when was the last time you allow yourself to believe it? That's even more important. Because the truth is, these words, like we say, is your brain trying to protect you, trying to save that energy. But this not necessarily is true. Of course, there are situations where it is. But like in my example, in the example of my friend, that wasn't that true. I was testing him, but he felt exhausted, but he still could do it. And here we will say, or I will share with you, a few tips that might help you with this. Like I say, these words aren't true. The only way they become true when you start carrying them around and believing them. Because that's what I've done. I was telling around, I was telling myself, and I start to believe this. Because sometimes you can sleep these words unconsciously, and if you catch yourself, this might be for you a signal from exhaustion. Because when you tell yourself, oh, I can't, this is exhaustion telling you, okay, you need a little bit of rest. However, when you say I can't, just automatically shut the door, that's it. When you want to leave this door open, you say, okay, I'm tired, I do whatever I can. I'm tired, but I'm learning. This way, you still have this place, this openness to do something. And it's not about lying yourself, it's about choosing the proper language. I'm really fascinated by all the materials that say how powerful language can be. Just the way we say some words or the meaning of some words that we might not even think about. So let's rebuild this kind of inner dialogue. Okay? The first thing that you might want to do with this, whenever you hear these words, give it a name. Just so to you separate, kind of personalize this voice and make it something silly or funny, like Tired Tina, Doubtful Dave, whatever you want to call it. By doing this, you separate yourself from that negative talk, and then you can talk back with this critique, with this voice. Like I've mentioned already, instead of saying, oh, I can't do this, I'm too tired, just start saying to yourself, okay, maybe I'm tired, I'll do a little bit. Okay, maybe I can't now, but I'm learning to handle it all the time. Check out and look at the tiny wins that you've done. When, especially when you are exhausted, tell yourself even that one push-up or one squat or one sentence that you write, even those count, even those are important. Because by doing that little thing, you keep that promise to yourself. So think about it. What one tiny promise I can keep today? Very good thing is when you hear this voice, to use this kind of because sentence. So joining this sentence, like adding meaning to it. For example, I'm showing up, I'm doing this workout, I'm doing whatever because my kids are watching and I want to be a good example for them. I'm resting because recovery makes me stronger. So regardless of what the action is, I add meaning to it. Why you do it? Use that because joining and just decide why this is important. And for the end, create a reset phrase. Example of that kind of reset phrases can be I do what I can, and that's calm. Tired is temporary, but quitting can reset my story. All these kind of examples will help you to actually get to do whatever you want to do, even if you feel like not doing it, even if you hear that voice in your head, oh no, I'm too tired, oh no, I can't do it. Stop telling yourself the story. Rewrite this. Start telling yourself that, okay, I'll do something small because that still matters. That still counts. As an exercise, try to every evening rewrite one little sentence that you hear in your head telling you, no, I can't do this. No, I don't have power. No, I'm too tired. Try to catch it and rewrite it. Add that meaning to it. Or rewrite as I do something little, something small, like that one little step. By this, by trying this out, time after time, you actually start to rewriting this self-talk. You start to building it in the way that will support you. Now, I know, I know what you might think because I've had this kind of thoughts myself. Yeah, but when I'm exhausted, none of this will work because I just don't want to do anything. I just want to collapse, sit on the couch or whatever. I just don't want to be bothered. And now I understand this is completely normal. I've been there myself as well. The truth is here that you don't need to do something huge. It doesn't have to be massive win, especially when you are going on films. You just need a shift, a little word that will encourage you to do a little step, nothing more. Like I said, one little step, one push, one squat, that also counts. That might be even, if you are into breathing exercises, that might be even 2, 3 breaths, deep breath. All this counts. So now, closing down, summarizing this, here's what I want you to do tonight. Catch that one negative thought, rewrite it in the way that will fuel you. Take one small action, no matter how tiny. and then write it down. Or if you want, share with me. Here's how I rewrote my inner dialogue today. And just share it. Or, like I say, just write it down for yourself. Because that's how we are building our good habits. Not in perfection, not in perfect conditions, not aiming for that huge leaps, but in moments when the words say stop and you whisper back, I will do it anyway. Something, a little step, but I will do it. So that's all what I've prepared. If you have any questions, the floor is yours.
No, we all good. Yeah,
Okay. Then
that's really good. That's really good advice. You know, everyone I think is at that moment, like is using that excuse. And
that's what I want everyone to understand. It's not always an excuse because we are exhausted. We have a lot of things going in life. The important part is to rewrite this because if you let this exhaustion take over, you know how it ends.
mm,
But when you start to catching this up, rewriting, the story can end differently. And I know this from experience, first person, I've done this. So yeah, okay.
yeah, we all I think we've got that experience. Yeah,
True, true. I appreciate you joining me, listening to me, and yeah, all
yeah, I'm
the
quite happy.
all the comments
It
as
is
well.
not only me.
Okay.
Mm.
So